Welcome back. The South Gauteng High Court in Pretoria has ruled that former National Commissioner of Correctional Services, Fraser's decision to place former President Jacob Zuma on medical parole was unlawful. Our reporter Samkele Maseko has the details. A very good morning to you, Samkele. Thank you so much for talking to us in a court decision that has just been announced. The matter between the Democratic Alliance and 6 respondents, that very critical decision. Tell us about it.
It's a very critical decision in the essence that the South Gauteng High Court, now that the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria ruled that the decision to place former President Jacob Zuma on medical parole by the National Commissioner of Correctional Services, Fraser, was unlawful. Particularly knowing that Mr. Fraser went about this particular decision in that exclusive interview he had with the Watchdog's anchor Vuyomvoko. He said that he had decided to place former President Jacob Zuma on medical parole against the Medical Parole Board advice, which advised against the placing of the former president on medical parole. Now, the South Gauteng High Court in Pretoria has ruled that this particular decision has been unlawful and is set aside, and orders that the former president go back to the Escort Correctional Services facilities to fulfill his 15-month jail term, which was slapped against him by the Constitutional Court for failing to adhere to the instruction of the Constitutional Court to go to the State Capture Commission of Inquiry and to answer all questions asked to him, and the punitive measure of 15 months incarceration was given to the former president.
So the Democratic Alliance on the 10th of September brought an urgent application seeking, amongst others, that the parole decision be declared unlawful, reviewed and set aside. Have all of these demands by the DA been met?
Essentially, all the demands of the Democratic Alliance in these court papers have been met, but what is rather interesting here would be the next move that will be done by the former president's lawyers, whether they will be appealing this particular judgment. As you can expect them to appeal it, as they are saying that the former president is terminally ill. You'd remember that before he was placed on medical parole, he was in the care of about 2 to 3 weeks at a private hospital in Pretoria, where he was being taken care of after he was basically moved from the Escort Correctional Services facility, where even when he was arrested and incarcerated at the Escort Correctional Services facility, he was placed in the medical ward of that particular Correctional Services facility, which was built under his administration in the Escort area.
So what's the way forward, Samkele?
Essentially, the way forward now is that the former President Jacob Zuma's lawyers and the Correctional Services Department are saying that they will be studying this particular judgment. We did try and contact Mr. Mzwanele Manye, who is the spokesperson of the Jacob Zuma Foundation, to get comment from him on the way forward. He's not been available on his cell phone at this point in time. We do know that the Department of Correctional Services, they are saying they will be studying this judgment. We are also anticipating to hear from the Democratic Alliance. We are hoping that our team that is working with you now will be contacting the Democratic Alliance's leader. That would be John Steenhuisen or Helen Villa, the Federal Executive Chairperson of the Democratic Alliance, or Siviwe Gwarube, who is the spokesperson of the DA on these particular matters when it comes to the litigation of the Democratic Alliance, when it comes to former President Jacob Zuma, who has essentially by the South Gauteng High Court been said to go back to prison to serve his 15-month jail term for this, what the South Gauteng High Court dubs an unlawful decision, which was taken by Fraser, bearing in mind that it was against the Medical Parole Board's advice to place former President Jacob Zuma on medical parole.
Thank you so much, Samkele, for speaking to us.